Why do you think fantasy literature is important?
Yeah, well, I'm going to confess that I am a disciple of J.R.R. Tolkien. So I view fantasy literature the way that he does because he showed me what it signifies. So that long essay lecture on fairy stories to which you refer, he talks about various things. So for instance, he defends fantasy and fairy stories from the attack by modernists and materialists that it's escapism. Mm-hmm. But what he says, yes, it is escapism, but it's escapism from a prison. In other words, that materialism attempts to stifle the fullness of what it is to be human being by placing us in this material prison of three dimensions. I mean, in Brideshead Revisited, the most succinct and poetic definition of atheism I've ever read anywhere was in Brideshead Revisited, Evelyn Waugh's novel, when Evelyn Waugh turns his back on Brideshead for what he thinks is the last time. It isn't. He thinks it is. And Brideshead symbolizes the church. The bride's head is the bridegroom, right? Okay. But he turns his back on Brideshead for the last time, and he says, henceforth I will only believe in three dimensions perceived with my five senses. And he then adds, I've since discovered that no such world exists. So the point is, the materialists try to confine us and constrain us within this prison of three dimensions and five senses. And Tolkien says that is a prison because there are things beyond the prison walls. And if fantasy allows us to think of things other than prison warders and prison walls, then it's something we should be pleased about because there are stars outside the prison. So that is it's escape into reality. It's escape into a more full reality than materialism, than modernism.